Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is November 28th, the final Wednesday of November 2018, and Sarah's leaving.
No, sorry, I forgot the list of
Bye,
things we were talking about.
Bye, Sarah. All right, so, cool. No rules,
She
guys.
left you already.
No rules.
I'm
No,
back.
she left me.
I'm gonna say fuck.
I got the list. Granted, it's a short list, but I like to have a list in front of me so I don't forget anything.
Well, so thank you all for joining us here, our live audience, because those listening on tape delay too, we love you. And who do we have podcasting with us tonight? We got Saber.
Hi.
We got Laura.
Yeah.
We got sour cream in his beard. That's Paleo.
Hi.
And we're going to have Hirosashii soon. I think.
He's got sour cream in his beard, too.
His other beard.
There it is.
I'm ACRacebest. And with me, may I introduce Mrs. ACRacebest.
Hi.
No
Hi.
longer referred to as Toodles, Mrs. ACRacebest.
Hi guys, I'm Miss ACRacebest.
Why do you talk like that now? Are you trying to say something?
No.
We'll talk a
Hey,
little
Ray.
bit about that because Sarah and I have gotten married. We've been married. We are married.
Yeah.
So, hello, Toodles.
Hi.
And welcome. I know you were the last one to arrive to this podcast. You were the least prepared for this podcast.
What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding. Sarah's the one who actually basically produces the whole show, so thank you.
Yeah, I spent 30 minutes today making spoiler screens.
That's right. She was actually sending me spoilers to the spoiler screens. But we're going to start off, as we do every night, with food posts for anyone that's new. These food posts are essentially, what are our viewers eating during the show?
Yeah.
And we like to know because we like food, don't we, Saber? Now, Paleo's getting used to liking food. That's why he just recently discovered that sour cream can get caught in his beard. And I think we can say hello and welcome to Hirosashii.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome, Hiro.
Thank you.
Hiro, have you ever had facial hair?
I technically do.
Okay. Have you ever had trouble with stuff getting stuck in it?
No.
Okay. All right. Glad that we could get that.
I literally never shaved my face in my life.
You've never shaved your face?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't grow.
It just doesn't grow.
I always hear about people who, quote, can't grow facial hair, but I never knew it was like that extreme.
Yeah, my buddy Steven from high school can't grow any facial hair. So, it's all genetics.
See, but if you don't want facial hair, you're set. Like, me, I'd be so down with not having to shave.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we see Saber, he just let himself go.
Yeah. 2013, I'm like, my life's boring. I'll grow a beard.
And now I don't recognize my baby Saberspark. Where'd he go?
Baby face shaving. I remember one time I was shaving my beard trimming my beard for work back in 2013, and I had my razor in the wrong setting, cut my basically all my hair off my cheek, and I was just standing in the window, and I'm like, what do I do? Or mirror. That's why I shaved it off. And I decided to give myself a goatee. I had a goatee for a hot minute back in 2013.
Love it. Food posts. So first we have PXY Pixie.
Having fish and chips
Fish and chips.
with ketchup.
Do you like ketchup, Sarah?
Yeah.
Is it better than ranch?
Yes, in my opinion, because I can't eat ranch.
Okay. Next food post.
Rosie
Diamond says, enjoying tonight's semi-perfect podcast with yellow squash noodles and sausage and sauteed broccoli. Also enjoy a pic of my breakfast.
The breakfast was like, it looks like a bunch of different berries mushed together.
I'm pretty sure I'm looking at like chocolate, peanut butter.
Are these like giant Cheerios? They look like giant Cheerios.
That's a lot of fruit.
Yeah. And peanut butter. And maybe like a cashew butter or sun butter.
I don't know.
It's another butter that I don't know.
Another butter.
And
then we have Nickety saying 3 things starting with S, all on a Wednesday night. Spanish exam prep. Nice. Sixers basketball. And the Semi-Perfect podcast. Got gum for my food post. Yeah, boy. Also, congrats, Sarah and Race. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. If you need any help, by the way, with Spanish homework, I know somebody who once had someone help them with that at a convention.
Alrighty. Let's move on. Quiet Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Just soup for this fine podcast with Progresso, traditional New England clam chowder.
If I liked clam chowder, I would be like, yum.
Yeah. Looks good.
Okay, now we're talking. Here's something I can relate to. Nora Mermaid, still with post-Griffin depression, celebrating her birthday 3 days early. Happy birthday. Early with Domino's pizza and a cupcake. Not homemade. Love you guys, and mazel tov to the happy couple. Thank you, Nora. Also,
did we ever tell Nora that Gabe actually caught that little the guy's version of the bouquet?
we haven't yet, but
now we have.
There you go, Nora.
Now we know. Now she knows.
Well, I was about to give a shout out to whoever it was that gave us a super chat, but it looks like the message was retracted.
What happened?
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like maybe that's something that they did.
Oh.
Personally.
I don't know who.
Well, thank you.
Who sent it? It doesn't tell me anything.
If you're comfortable with it, let us know who you are in the chat.
But thank you. For those that don't know, we got super chats going. It helps us fund the podcast and in our ever continuing attempts to make it better. But yes, I do approve of the pizza, and as Saber has maybe spoilered, Gabe did catch something important at the wedding.
She fainted in the chat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's not like a movie spoiler. It's more of a I don't know if Gabe wanted anyone to find out.
Grace, the reason why I told it is because if you told it would have taken about 15 minutes.
So I was pulling back from this elastic material, right? And my thumb was getting a little tired. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm talking about the garter toss.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I was talking about?
I don't know. I was just confused.
She was basically giving me the look of like, why are you discussing this in public?
No, it was a confused face. I don't know. Okay, Seamus has someone asked for weird foods, so I replicated an equestrian delicacy with a carrot in place of a hot dog.
What?
In a bun with ketchup and mustard and relish on top.
I am sorry. What? I mean, like I get that Sweetie Belle ate this, but
God bless your soul.
That looks. Would you guys eat that? Would you guys eat? Oh, here we go. Wildfire. Yay! Wildfire has an important question. This will start our Q&A.
Yeah, sure.
Asking, so are you going to be a dad in 9 months, Jeffrey?
No.
Well, I don't know. Wait, Sarah. Just wait. I don't know why they're so specific to 9 months. Like, I don't know. We haven't planned that far in advance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe we will decide to have one 9 months from now. How fast does it take to make them?
9 months.
Well, hurry up.
Can you make the baby faster?
All right, Railroad bronies. Tonight for the SPP, I got colored pasta covered with cheese, along with a classic lemonade. Cheers for the new couple.
I can tell you that everyone here on the Semi Perfect podcast loves cheese and approves of the Railroad Bronies choice.
Jeez.
And then
Whoa.
we've got Sato the Jorge. Don't know if drinks count, but I'm boring. Got a Coca-Cola. Original taste.
Actually, if you just read the letters, we could see it's Kokak.
Is that the one with the polar bear? I think that's the polar bear's arm right there.
I think you're right.
Nice. It's always better with the polar bears on it.
Or it's Santa's pubes.
Stop it.
What?
Ho, ho.
Alright.
All right. Well, nice work, guys. You've made me hungry. Now I'm ready to go eat. But we still have a whole podcast to go in front of us.
Do we want to start with our weeks? Or
Yes.
Okay.
I like that idea. So let's start with Hirosashii. How's your last 2 weeks been?
Interesting. Interesting stuff's happened.
Yeah.
I got a promotion, so that was neat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I'm not an associate developer anymore. I'm a developer.
Congrats.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you. So that's exciting.
No.
Also,
Did it just get quiet for everyone else?
Yeah, Hero, did you disconnect?
I was like, yeah, also.
Can I have a gummy worm?
Yeah, you can have a gummy worm. That's our food.
what the?
What happened?
I don't know. You guys are like, Hero, did you disconnect? And I looked at the Discord and I wasn't in the room, but I could hear you.
Weird.
That is really odd.
Right after you were talking
Okay.
about like how good you are with, developing things that involve technology, and here you are, falling right out. But what was it also?
I got a promotion. Also, the other thing, I bought a kotatsu, literally just cause.
Nice.
We're going to have to explain to what that is. To
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. In Japan, since they don't have central heating in a lot of spots, they have these things that are just tables that have heaters under them, and they have like a top. They have a top on them that you can remove, and then lay a blanket on the table, and then put the top on top of it, so the blanket doesn't move. So it's basically a heater with a blanket.
What's it
There's
called
also
again?
a table.
They
A
actually
kotatsu.
recently invented something called a blanket.
Yeah. Recently.
Yeah.
I
Totally
typed that in the chat, by the way.
try it out.
Yeah,
Kotatsu. Jeffrey talked over you saying the name again, so I'm like, I don't know what he said, so I just said Japanese hot table on
Here.
Google. So yeah, that's
Japanese
basically
hot
it.
table.
It's like a table with a blanket.
Wait a minute.
that's what it.
Yeah, that's
It's
the one
basically
that I
a
bought.
short table with a
Oh.
blanket on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So these things are dangerously comfortable
Mhm.
because I got it 2 days ago and I've fallen asleep under it 3 times. So yeah, I like it.
Ooh, awesome. Just want to point this out. We just got another super chat from Kyle Universe saying, "Greetings, you guys. Are there plans to do a Bronies react to either the Pony movies, 1986, or the 2018 version? Keep up the good work." Kyle, just because you asked and just because you were nice enough to send money on the super chat, I can say yes. At this point, I've decided we are going to react to the 2018 version of My Little Pony, the movie.
There's a 2018 version?
Shut up. I was so on board, and then, yeah. We are working currently on a Bronies React to the one. And when I say we, I mean me, because everyone's already given me all their stuff. But once we're back from the honeymoon, which we leave for in 2 days, that's when we're gonna, really start, or I'm gonna really start buckling down on some editing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. PaleoSteno. How have your last 2 weeks been?
Pretty alright. I've been working on some stuff for videos, and I've also been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. It's fun.
Nice. Now you have it seems like a pretty big project that's going to be coming out here soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be a multi-part thing,
Nice.
but this first part is me like trying to get it like going. But it's something that's Disney related. And I'm hoping I'm gonna have it out on Friday, if not Friday, Saturday.
Nice.
Nice.
So something to keep an eye out on your channel for.
Yeah,
How long have you been working on this?
I've been planning on it like for a while. Originally, I was actually going to do something like this back in like 2016, but I didn't like get it off the ground. I only just got it off the ground like about a month ago. So, yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
And I don't want to say anything else until
Alright.
like
Surprise.
it comes out.
It'll be a surprise. All right. Well, make sure everyone keeps an eye out on your PaleoSteno channel for that. How about we scoot over to Saber and Laura? Last 2 weeks, what have you guys been up to?
Nothing really, just chilling.
Yeah. Same.
Nothing really too crazy going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't go to do any. Oh no, there was that one big thing. We saw Black Griffin's YouTube channel break 1 million subscribers.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's right. Where is Gabe?
That was it.
Yeah, that's it really though.
That
We
was.
saw you guys. We were in traffic for a combined 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just recently saw somebody complaining about traffic in Chicago, and they're like, my 40-minute drive turned into an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm like,
Nice.
we had an hour drive turn into a 4.5 hour drive on one day. That was just 1 day worth of driving.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
And that wasn't because of car accidents or anything. Like that's just
Volume.
LA on rush hour Friday.
Yeah.
It's-
What a cursed city. I hate it.
I
But
know.
but you have a lovely home.
Thank you.
Southern California has the worst traffic
Yeah.
We
like ever
In
Yeah.
in the
America.
entire country.
the worst in the country and in America. It's just so bad. But yeah, Sarah, besides the topic that we're going to hit on,
Yeah.
how have your last 2 weeks been?
Been good.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of hard to avoid what's happened in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
we've already
well,
discussed, we got married.
Yeah, we got married, and
Wait, what?
yeah.
When did that happen?
I didn't want to tell you, Saber, because I thought you'd be upset that you were there but didn't realize it was a wedding.
I thought that was the rehearsal.
we got married.
Thought we were planning ahead.
I got my hair cut.
She got her hair cut.
I look a little bit like Harry Potter right now, but
Nice.
give it a couple more days and it'll start to...
I thought you did that because we went to see Fantastic Beasts last night.
No.
So you were like, I got to look the part of the boy who lived. That's how he talks.
I am Harry Potter. Lying to me. I'm not lying to you.
But yeah,
I'm the Mighty Granger, and I'm
a lot of
It's funny, but it is.
a lot of our last 2 weeks
Yeah.
have been not only in planning. We got past the wedding,
Yep.
and then we
Now we're packing up for the honeymoon.
getting ready.
No time to rest.
No time to sit or rest. It's been crazy. I'm trying to think if there's any stories we had. Nothing that immediately comes to mind though. What? Say it again.
Oh my god. Seriously.
Yeah.
Club 33.
Oh. Well, we could also discuss that as part
Okay,
of the
all
wedding talk. We'll talk about that whole weekend.
Okay.
Oh, are you talking about the honeymoon?
No, We were talking about something that ends in 33 and starts with club. So yeah, that's 2 weeks. I'm gonna be right back. Stall.
Okay.
Have Saber do another Harry Potter impression.
It's Leviosa. Leviosa.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. We've been watching the Harry Potter movies.
Here he comes. He's back.
Oh, you know what? I just want to point this out. We talked a little bit about Paleo's project that's going to be coming out. Saber, I know you also have a big project that's coming out.
Yeah, it comes out this Friday or Saturday, Lord willing. It's been kicking my ass, but hopefully it'll be out on Saturday.
Nice.
Big old collaboration, and a lot of friends have been helping me with it, so I'm very excited to see how people like it.
Yep, I can't wait for people to see this also, purely because I not only inspired but worked the hardest on helping Saberspark get this done. So
you really did. You laughed at it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. So just whenever anyone sees this video, same with Paleos, subscribe to my channel, and because I don't want to put my name anywhere on it to take away credit, but
you'll talk about it on the podcast.
You deserve it. You've been working hard.
I've been working hard, Sarah. I deserve this. No, I'm excited. I know nothing really about Paleos, but I have seen a sneak peek at Saber's, and I can't wait to see how everyone responds.
Yeah.
Not only to his, but I can't wait to see what Paleo's got in store for us. So yeah, should be fun. And then whatever Hirosashii is going to release next. Probably another Chrysalis remix.
On another animatic of mine.
Is he?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What happened, Sarah?
Yeah.
How likely are you to recommend the Mozilla Firefox web browser to a friend or colleague?
Not at
Thanks,
all.
Windows. Fuck you.
Why is this doing this?
I don't know.
Stop it. We have an update thing that pops up every 3 minutes.
Yeah. That's Windows.
Sorry.
Okay. So first thing I wanted to kind of get out for topics to talk about is a kind of a new thing that just happened. I think we just heard the news yesterday, right? It was yesterday.
Yep.
That Steven Hillenburg, creator of SpongeBob, sadly passed away. He passed away from ALS, and it's been a pretty big blow on the animation industry. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any shows that I would know?
SpongeBob.
I don't know that one. No,
You're losing people from the entertainment industry because Stefan Carlson, I think is his last name. He's the guy who's Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town.
Yeah.
Stanley, Stan. I mean, come on, he won the game. But because I think they told the news about Steven Hillenburg about 2 years ago, and I mean, worst case scenario with ALS, you pass away. The best case scenario is you become Stephen Hawking and you're crippled.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck ALS with the iron rod.
Yep.
No, it sucks. It really sucks. I've seen some of you actually posting your favorite
clips,
favorite moments and whatnot, which have just been fantastic, by the way.
Legitimately, the scene that I posted with Patrick and SpongeBob being chased by Sandy, and him and Patrick being roped away, screaming SpongeBob with the explosion in the background. I'm not even joking. I will always laugh at that every single time I see it. I was going back to my Twitter, seeing it, and I would chuckle to myself. It's so fucking funny, SpongeBob.
We were just
that old Looney Tunes stock sound effect. I love it.
You startled the lamb.
we were just referring to that scene when you guys were out here. I remember we were talking about it.
SpongeBob, we aren't barbarians. We have technology.
Or my second favorite scene is because the show itself was just funny. It wasn't funny specifically towards adults or kids or anybody. It was just funny.
Yeah.
But the episode with Squidward with the magic conch
Mhm.
is hilarious. Like, may I have something to eat? No. May I have something to eat? No. May I have something to eat? No.
No.
I love the episode where Plankton switches like roles with Mr. Krabs
Mhm.
Oh my God,
in
yeah.
the like simulation.
He's naked.
Hey, you think this is funny? In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
I think my favorite episode of SpongeBob was actually a little bit off from like their normal routine, but it was the episode about like becoming an employee of. It was like the the employee.
Employee training video.
That episode got me so bad. And the secret ingredient.
It's so like that's
Oh.
I was at my Aunt Julie's house watching it with my cousin, and we're like so excited, and then it just ended, and we're like, wait, was the TV transmission broken?
People order our patties. Oh, poop.
Or the oh god, you can make a book like because like also SpongeBob is so funny in the way that like it's doubled back as like a meme, and not like a meme where it's like a one-off thing, but like legitimately like it's like a Hydra. Like there's so many.
Yeah.
Pinhead!
Who you calling a pinhead? I think by a singular gag, the who you calling a pinhead when it cuts over to Patrick, I think that might have been the single most thing that like killed me the most when I watched SpongeBob.
Stupid face.
Get it?
Who you
Like,
calling a pinhead?
Just you, me, and this brick wall you built between us.
Nah, it was a lot of good
Hey
times.
Patrick, how the are you?
Sentence enhancers.
Keep calm, Squidward. Just imagine him in his underwear. Oh no, he's hot!
Come on, flag twirlers, keep twirling.
Oh, yes! It just blows up a blimp.
He just lies down.
He was
Oh my God.
number one.
The bit where Squidward's bike goes off a cliff and it just explodes every time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Squidward had one of those stupid like tricycle bikes where like it was like laying down on it.
It's not just a boulder; it's a rock.
It's a rock.
Shut your mouth, you
Pioneers used to
mediocre
drive these
player,
babies
not
for miles.
player.
Mediocre.
Mediocre.
For how funny that show was.
Feels like the very first Christmas to me. You know you made something truly timeless when like it brings us this much joy, and the way we're just naming them off the top of our heads. Like this SpongeBob. We'll talk to Pelly about this before. SpongeBob. No, I put it up there with Bugs Bunny, with Mickey Mouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. SpongeBob is one of the legends of cartoons, and probably like, I don't know if you're going to consider like the most recent like addition to the Hall of Fame. I mean, of course, there's a lot coming out nowadays, but like I consider SpongeBob to be like up there, like with Bugs and Mickey, like part of like the big three.
I think
The
that's
thing is, like, with Nickelodeon, their SpongeBob became their Mickey Mouse. So, like, it's like their main character. Cartoon Network has like a lot of like main characters like for their original shows, but Nickelodeon is like, okay, SpongeBob. That's ours.
Yeah, well, it sells.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I always appreciated about SpongeBob is not only was it a show that went for the very strange laugh factor humor that worked so well, but also like there were episodes that made me like legitimately uncomfortable. like
Like what?
like when they accidentally go to like the deep sea level
Rock
or
bottom?
whatever. Yeah,
Oh,
rock
no.
bottom.
I
Rock bottom.
don't
Yeah.
understand your accent.
Like man.
You ate my only food. Now I'm going to starve.
Twins.
This is what I get for working overtime.
I also don't know if I can think of a more triumphant ending to any episode than when they ended up in the football stadium
Yeah.
and we got some sweet,
Yeah,
sweet
the
victory.
Sweet, sweet, sweet victory.
What happened to these fish? I don't know. Who's swimming near a radioactive factory or whatever it was? Oh, can it be? It is! Canned bread!
Chocolate?
Did you say
Oh my
chocolate?
I think a very underrated character is Mrs. Puff. Because I think she's great. Because there's that part where she's like, I have to change names, move towns. No, not again.
Poor Mrs. Puff.
There's also when she walked into their house, there was a picture of her
I
framed.
want that picture
What's up with
with
that?
me with my house.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
We could probably the same artist who did the Squidward.
Let's do it.
I can commission her. Cool. Sorry, this has become a podcast where we just keep quoting.
Quoting SpongeBob.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
No.
So there's I guess here's something I want to ask you all.
Yeah.
I saw a chart on Tumblr. Somebody, I guess, charted out in a very interesting way the rise and then fall of The Simpsons, and they charted out each season and where it kind of lies. Where it's like, oh, because Paleo seasons 3 to 9 are the golden years, and that's exactly what the chart said. But then it listed episodes and I guess seasons where it started to tank. And how it just dropped off during season, I think 12 or 13, it just dropped.
Yeah.
And I mean, at what point, I maybe the answer really isn't up to us, because the people who run the networks can run this into the ground until it no longer makes money. But when do you all think these shows should come to an end?
Ooh, it's hard. It's hard.
Season 7.
It depends on the show.
Yeah, I mean,
It really depends on the show.
It does. It also depends on, because what's interesting about shows like The Simpsons or Family Guy, or even SpongeBob, is you get, because there's not a storyline that they're exactly following, maybe a timeline that they're kind of going along, but not like a storyline like Steven Universe or Avatar. I don't know.
What about My Little Pony? Do y'all think that one's been running on for too long?
Yep.
Wow. Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I don't, just because I honestly feel like it hasn't. Now, well, I'll say what I'm going to say. It doesn't feel like they've lost their touch. It feels like what they're doing is obviously still working. The episodes, I think, this past season have been great. I also felt like they opened certain doors to kind of work with different storylines. But the question is, you also want to end while you're still good. You don't ever want to get to that point where you're like, well, we're just churning things out. And I don't know if they're anywhere near that, or
That's what season 6 felt like, honestly.
It seems... I think season 6 was just season 6, but 7 and 8 have been really good.
7 and 8 were really good, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess, I don't know. I think what's weird to me with the pony scenario is the whole idea of I don't even know what's official and what's not official anymore, but everyone talks about, oh, it's ending and they're gonna reboot or restart. It's kind of like with the Pirates movies. I guess Disney's like, hey, what if we, instead of making a 6th movie, we just reboot the series? And everyone's like, but there's so many.
With My Little Pony, it's a franchise like Transformers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. like they've had like multiple iterations over the years.
Yeah.
So like I expect another version.
Yeah,
So-
but like this soon after. Like we're talking like
I guess so. I mean, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like did it immediately after the 2012 series ended.
like I guess like the thing for me with shows is I'm bummed that there was during the Disney Afternoon era for Disney they in case you didn't follow they were very strict from my recollection, very strict on no, a show goes 65 episodes and it is done. It doesn't matter how good it is, how well it's doing, we're done at 65. And so
Syndication.
yeah, our show Chippendale Rescue Rangers got 65 episodes and then whoop, was done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that needed at least 10 more seasons. But that's why for me it's hard because I don't watch The Simpsons really at all. I did for a little bit. I watched Family Guy for a little bit, but I haven't seen the rise and fall of either of those shows. So it's a little bit hard for me to kind of compare. I feel like I'm always on the other end where I'm like, I always want more. And I don't know I think that's just me, like my personality or something.
I mean, I feel the same about Adventure Time. So, yeah, it depends on like which show you're attached to, I guess.
Did you feel like Adventure Time ended at a good time or went too long?
I think it ended at a good time, but I still like felt like I wanted more, like because also the fact that I knew that they were planning on having like an extra season or two, but they couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no.
See, I hate that. Like, that doesn't make me feel good. Doesn't. Well, Sarah, you have a couple notes down here.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first one first.
Oh, this one?
The second one first.
Okay, this one.
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
Sarah and I saw a
The
fantastic.
Grinch.
No.
What?
Time out. Let me do my build up.
Okay.
Sarah and I saw a really good animated movie.
What?
I've already spoiled it.
It's so good, and it has really bright colors, and has some internet jokes in it, and it is probably gonna win the Oscar for best hand-drawn movie of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about The Grinch.
Summer Wars.
Der Grinch. What is it? Why does it say Der Grinch?
I found it and I loved it, so I just put it on there.
Der Grinch.
Der Grinch.
So we are gonna be talking about the movie. So if anyone wants to avoid hearing anything about The Grinch and is just waiting to watch this movie, first off, okay, but if you are worried about spoilers or anything, we will have this spoiler screen up until we are done talking about it. We will probably move to another movie after this one. Again, the spoiler screen will be up as long as we talk about that one.
Is that a real ad?
Yes.
That one killed me.
So that being said, is there anyone amongst us here in the podcast that hasn't seen this movie that's worried about spoilers?
No.
Is there anyone
That's not being cranky. That's being straight up a murderer in some cases.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
So
god.
here's what's weird about like this ad to me. All right, so now I'm getting into that territory, so I feel like I've given everyone enough time to kind of avoid anything about this movie. Is that having seen the movie, they decided to take a spin on the Grinch that is like not like the original cartoon, not like the remake, which or I should say the live action remake with Jim Carrey,
live action one.
which by the way I still to this day will fight anyone that doesn't think that movie is phenomenal. This movie was like, it felt like the people who made it were like, hey, we're gonna make the Grinch, but what if we try to make him likable the whole time and then just randomly have him be an asshole on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird. Like they went out of their way to have him be, like, so concerned about, like, oh, Max, are you okay? Oh, Max, you're such a good dog. Okay, Max,
Why do you
let's
sound
go.
like Hiccup from...
Right! I thought...
Okay, Toothless, here we go.
Okay, Max, we're gonna go see Dad.
Whoa!
Again with the dog.
I just feel like... I feel like... I don't know. I mean, who here has seen the movie? I know Paleo has. Is that it?
Has what?
Seen the Grinch.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
You're a slightly jerk guy, Mr. Grinch.
Doesn't it feel like
Oh, the topic.
like his, to me, what leads to him doing what we know he's gonna do, which is steal Christmas. His personality in this movie doesn't line up with that. I don't think at all.
No.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
He's so, like, I'm just kind of annoyed, so I'm going to literally steal everything you all own. We're gonna get back to this. I just wanted to point out the Sea Moose just gave us a super chat. It says, with episode 200 of MLP coming up for season 9, which I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Is it?
Jesus. What would you guys want to see for the big 200? Congrats to the happy couple. Thank you, Sea Moose. That is a very generous super chat.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. We'll still have this, right?
Yeah.
I want to hit this up in the Q&A.
Okay.
Because this is going to be kind of a bigger topic. So we'll come back to your questions.
You and I need to get married so we can get super chats.
I'll think about it.
That's another thing. Always be careful when you're talking about getting married in videos because people get very confused. Someone asked me in an update video that I posted, I saw in the comments, they're like, well, wow, I guess nine years for nothing, because they get, I guess, like, we joked that I'm like, I'm getting married, so that means, and then Gabe in the background goes, Saber's getting married. So everyone's convinced that Saber and I got married a few weeks ago. And on top of that, like, so someone got, like, upset. They're like, wow, you dated Toodles for 9 years for nothing, huh? You just leave her for Saberspark like that.
Yeah.
To which I said,
there was a lot of people who
Yeah.
who thought that ACRacebest and Saberspark were totally getting married.
which is great because it keeps
We're totally banging it out.
It's probably my fault.
banging it out.
Alright,
I would say it is your fault, yeah.
So anyways, back to
The
this
Grinch.
Grinch topic. Payla, what were your big issues with the movie? Because I know you were not happy with it.
Yeah, it's the thing is, I can see through Illumination's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because-
I see the lies of the Jedi.
Because there's like certain aspects to the movie where I was like, oh my god, you're going for that. Because there's that scene where like the mom is like fixing waffles and junk,
Yeah.
and she's like a single mother, so I was like, oh my god, moms are gonna fucking love this.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh my god, that's their freaking lowest common denominator.
And then to build on that, at the end of the movie, it very much insinuates that there might be a relationship.
Yeah! What
going
the fuck?
with the mom
Yeah,
and the
relationship
Grinch.
with
And
Grinch,
when
the
me
mother of
and
Cindy Lou Who.
yeah,
Cindy
me and
Lou
Race
Who's-
in the theater were just like, no, don't do it, Illuminations, don't do it. They never like
I know.
actually
I'm
confirmed.
going to steal Cindy Lou's mother.
They never actually like straight up confirmed.
That's what happened!
But like it's very much
It's
implied.
what
and, like,
happened.
shit.
And so here's an example of what doesn't make sense to me. All right, so you have this Grinch character who's just he's sour, right?
Mhm.
At least that's how we always known him. Well, this guy's more just he's more just kind of miffed, annoyed.
Yeah.
Like he'll go to town, he'll go shopping, and he'll do like really randomly really asshole things, and then be like, "All right, time to pay the full price for my groceries. Here's my credit card. I brought some coupons. Okay, now I'm gonna walk through the neighborhood." And he does. He goes through the neighborhood, and oh no, here's this guy that kind of annoys me. Oh, neighbor that kind of annoys him notices him. Oh, now I'm kind of annoyed. All right. And then he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to steal Christmas. Yeah. Like, that's how the transition feels for me.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have him, like, starting to plot out how he's going to steal Christmas, which about 30 to 40% of this whole plan has to do with this, like, what was it? The reindeer. Yeah, the reindeer.
What the fuck was the point with the reindeer? He's not in the movie, like, 2 minutes.
He gets this reindeer, and he goes through all this trouble and starts training him, and he's like, yes, everything's working as planned. And then the reindeer's like, oh, my wife and child are here. and instead of saying, like, well, I'll let you meet up with them tomorrow after Christmas, he's like, okay.
Just go.
You can go. And I'm like, this guy's not like
He's not mean.
He's not mean.
He's not mean.
He's like,
is the reindeer gonna talk?
No.
No.
Okay.
Are you wondering how we knew it was the wife? Because there's a scene.
It's just like a female reindeer and a little baby reindeer show up in the woods.
Eyelashes.
Yeah.
And it's just, but that's the thing. He doesn't.
Can I pause you for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
I want to let you know how screwed up I was as a kid about the notion of eyebrows versus eyelashes. So I'm like,
Thanks, cartoons.
boys have eyebrows, girls have eyelashes. And I remember looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh! What are these? I asked my mom, like, do I cut them off? And she's like, no, Steven.
Okay.
I thought I did too. I thought I was supposed to cut them off.
So I feel like the only thing good in this movie,
Only good thing?
the only good thing in this movie was the scene where he's actually stealing Christmas. That was actually pretty well done, and like you could tell that the visual development people and the animators had fun with it.
So what you're
But
saying?
then the rest of the movie is just like,
What you're saying is, Illuminations took a 5-minute scene
yeah,
and said,
And then-
hey, we're going to focus everything on making this awesome. And then put the interns on the rest of the story. Maybe they'll come up with something pretty cool. Who knows? Because it feels like you're dealing with two different Grinches. The Grinch that's like, I'm gonna steal Christmas, and then the Grinch that's like, Christmas.
and
Okay.
I can't even begin to tell y'all how much I hate the Mr. Grinch song that was made for this movie.
Oh,
Who's that fella with the
yeah.
skin all green and his teeth all yellow?
But
What
I was like, what the
I
fuck?
don't even know
Tyler,
what
the
it is,
creator-
but the way you sang it already made me angry.
It's
yeah, Tyler,
so
the creator,
bad.
made the song, and it's like, oh man, you're better than this.
Sarah's
It's
over here
super-
squeezing up like one of those stress balls. She's so mad about this.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, no, this movie, like, it upsets me when I see people going, this is the best Grinch ever. And I'm like, no, it really isn't.
No, it ain't.
Like, it's weird. I still don't get why. Again, there were, I think, 3 scenes. Paleo, you can back me up on this. I think there's 3 scenes where something, like, not that big of a deal happens to Max, the dog. And the Grinch is like, oh, puppy, are you okay? Not in, like, a funny way. Not like, oh, I love my puppy.
Max, are you okay?
Max, are you good? Like, that looked like it might have hurt. Like, I'm concerned for you, Max. You're my best friend, Max. All right, time to pull the sleigh, Max. You piece of shit.
Why is George Lucas now? Why is he not like George? The Congress.
I'm doing my best Benedict Cumberbatch.
As the Grinch.
Max. I knew.
Dude, it sounded like in the trailers that the Grinch sounded like a bored version of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he is. Which, again, it just, the energy for the Grinch just doesn't add up. Like that's why I give so much credit to the Jim Carrey live action version, is that they're able to capture the cartoon-esque energy that you get. Like, granted, in the original, it's not like the Grinch was bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it just, this one just feels like, it feels like some guy that's like, you know, I'm gonna be a jerk. Oh, and can we talk about the resolution, by the way? What did he do? He put on his iPod ears and listened to music and went, oh,
Yeah, what's weird is that it's not him realizing that Christmas is more than what you get from a store. It's he closes his eyes and listens to the music, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, Christmas ain't bad." And I'm just like,
his eyes
Was
were
the song
shut.
Happy in the movie?
What?
Was Happy in the movie? Stupid Thrill song.
No, I
No.
don't think so.
Oh,
no, I don't
thank
think
you.
so. It's only in the trailer. I was actually surprised that it wasn't in there.
His eyes were shut.
I'm so sick of that song.
He
Yeah.
listened to music. His heart grew, and so did his dick.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
For Cindy Lou Who's mother.
That's how. Did they? I felt like they completely were making up rhymes in this, by the way. Where they're like, and then he went to the store, and that was a bore, so he got 4 churros. Oh, all right, Grinch, Der Grinch. So yeah, that's it. If you haven't seen it,
It's a bad
That's it.
adaptation. It's
just watch the Jim Carrey one
it's bad.
or the original.
Read the book.
The book is for readers.
It's the same as the original animation.
Yeah.
When was the last time I
Grinch
read a
isn't
book?
green in the book though.
Is he not?
No, they actually like made him green for the short.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just found out there's a book.
Like in the original.
I thought you were joking about the book, but there is one, isn't
Wait.
there?
Are you joking?
No, I'm not. There's a book.
Yeah, it's Dr.
Yeah, all the
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss like stuff is based on his books.
Yeah, but I thought maybe Dr. Seuss was like, I'm gonna make a film. The Grinch. You spell beautifully.
I
It's your
just recently
typing
found out.
thingy.
Oh, that's what these are from. I've seen these.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Laura's right. All right. So you want to move on
Wait, can I
to?
say one last thing before we move on?
Yes.
One of my favorite, so a show that I watched as a kid I loved, but there were so many ones that just completely went over my head. Freakazoid. And there is a segment from it that cracked me up as a kid, though, where, because there's a villain in the show called the Lobe, and he was like this guy, like a science outfit, like a lab coat, but he had a giant brain for a head. And there was an episode where he was like stealing Christmas, and they made their own shitty version of the Grinch song.
Amazing.
And it's super like what's the word I'm looking for? God, it's like, you're a mean one, Mr. Loeb. You really are a jerk. And it'd be like, why? If you invited me to a lunch party, I wouldn't show up. I respectfully decline.
Well, we're gonna move on from that animation to another animation.
Oh.
And we are going to put up the spoiler tags here. And again, I'll slowly work into it just to make sure everyone's fully aware of what we're going to be talking about. Go ahead and put it up, Sarah. So, is there anyone here that doesn't want to talk about Ralph Breaks the Internet that hasn't seen it yet?
I think we've all seen it.
We've all seen it.
Nice.
Cool. Good. So for anyone in our audience, we're going to be talking now for the next few minutes about Ralph Breaks the Internet. As we all will remember it as Wreck-It Ralph 2. And we will have some spoiler discussions in this one as well. But again, if you just mute the podcast, you'll see the screen up. As soon as it goes down, you're free to come in. You do not have to worry about any other talks of the movie.
Yes.
So, that being said, Ralph broke the internet. And it broke.
Yeah.
It actually broke the internet.
He
He
broke
almost
it.
broke his friendship.
He broke it for like 15 minutes. Like.
So I have mixed feelings on this
Mixed
movie.
feelings?
Yeah.
Sarah has to say.
For what it is.
Now, wait. I have to build this up for everybody.
Oh
For
my
anyone that doesn't
jeez.
know, Sarah is like the biggest Wreck-It Ralph fan that I know.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that lightly. I mean, like, it is your favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
It has your favorite character, who's not Ralph. It's Vanellope.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna just let me that? No, Fix-It Felix is her all-time like favorite character.
Yeah.
She writes fan fictions.
Yes, I do.
She does. So I
I
mean,
have
like,
a blog on Tumblr.
this is a big deal to her. So I was hoping that this would be the movie that Sarah has been dreaming of for 6 years. Sarah, now go.
All right. Well, so as I said, I have mixed feelings because this movie was not at all the things I was hoping for in a sequel.
Sarah.
For what it was still an enjoyable watch. But I'm very sad that, like, number one, it didn't have all 4 of, like, the main characters in the movie. I feel like
Being who
Felix
else?
and Calhoun got really shafted in this movie.
And you care?
And I care.
And she
I
cares.
care.
I care.
Wow. With care.
It was just, yeah. I'm a little disappointed
Now-
because of that.
Now, there's a little backstory to why this is, outside of you just being big fans of theirs. You told me after we saw the movie that initially there was plans.
You know, they had a bigger role, but they had to be cut for time purposes, and they wanted to focus the story on Ralph and Vanellope. And I acknowledge that Ralph and Vanellope are like the main characters. I get that. But like the end of the first movie, I kind of like, especially with, you know, Ralph being the best man and Vanellope being like, I guess like maybe a bridesmaid or something like that
Flower
at
girl.
their wedding, and then like the
Vanellope
end
was
credit
a
scene where
cake
they're all
topper.
hanging out together. I'm just like, nice. The next movie, if it ever happens, is gonna be like an adventure with all 4 of them in it. And that didn't happen, and I'm just like, shit.
Now, one thing that is rather humorous in this movie, and again, this is why we have the spoiler tag up, because we're going to get into some specifics here, is that months ago, I was saying, you watch, Felix and Calhoun are going to have a kid. They're going to have babies in this movie. To which Sarah goes, well, if they do have children, I hope that they're adopted. And
Boy, did you get your wish.
and holy cow, did I was laughing at that. I'm like, well, there it is.
Yeah. So yeah, they adopt the Sugar Rush racers after Sugar Rush was temporarily
Now,
unplugged.
they didn't get a lot of screen time, but for what they did get, they had some good moments.
They had good moments, except that it was just like all so rushed and like all that stuff. So Felix and Calhoun are in the movie, because I'm seeing a lot of comments being like, no Felix, and I'm like, there is a lot more Felix than there is Calhoun, which is very sad. But
Calhoun's like, hi, I'm Calhoun, I'm here.
there are some really good scenes between Ralph and Felix that I very much enjoyed, but overall, his and Calhoun's appearance were very lacking, and their story is not as developed as it should have been, you know, given that the directors were planning stuff for them, but it all got cut.
Sarah had one small request. She's like, look, if you guys are going to go through the trouble of making a sequel, just give me one sex scene with Felix and Calhoun. Just one.
And also, I feel like, and this was a concern that I already had, like, I feel like the princesses kind of stole the show, and not very much in a good way. They showed up again at the end, and it, like, they saved Ralph, and I'm just like, kind of taking
That
away
was
from
so
the
like,
movie itself.
cancerous.
Right?
Insane.
yeah.
It's
Didn't you
it's
all
not
girls
your
be on a
movie.
porn site?
Wow.
It's
They are.
Like, you guys are supposed to be the fan service, but not the resolution to the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the resolution to the movie wasn't like them catching Ralph. It was Ralph like admitting that he was like
that was just
being a
like,
very
bad.
shitty and
Yeah.
It was-
abusive friend.
Very shitty, by the way. Just
Yeah.
let's make that a big deal. Yeah.
Right, yeah, he was being a very shitty friend, and he,
yeah.
Okay.
I
Here
just-
comes
I just-
Jeffrey with,
Well, I just feel like I feel like it was kind of one-sided, because like the whole thing was about it's a good moral. I like the idea of them, because it's different. When's the last time we saw a movie that was like, literally like, to be a good friend, not only is there a sacrifice involved, but like, don't hold your friend back just to, I get that. It was a good moral.
Giant.
But I feel like all the guilt that we're supposed to focus on is that, Ralph wants things to stay the same. but I feel like nothing is placed towards Vanellope, and I'm like, I don't know, like they're acting like, oh, he's being so selfish, but I'm like, yeah, but there's a level of selfishness that Vanellope's doing too, that we're just like, yeah, but no, like.
Yeah, it's a little weird because there's quite a few inconsistencies between the first movie and the second movie. First off, one of the biggest glaring moments that I kind of like in the theater was just like, what? was when Ralph, it's near the beginning of the movie when Ralph and Vanellope are in the football sort of game or whatever, and Ralph mentions that he, was treated as a bad guy for 27 years. And I'm just like, what the fuck y'all talking about? There was a fucking 30th anniversary. That was like the huge thing in the first movie. That's like, oh, 30th anniversary of Fix It Felix Jr. Oh, we have a party that Ralph wasn't invited to.
The first 3 years weren't that bad. Things got worse.
I don't know. I guess so.
Are you serious?
Like,
you think someone would have pointed it out?
I don't know. There's a lot of
What's
things.
Rich Moore thinking?
Is this how I'm gonna be when a Zootopia sequel comes out? I'm gonna be like, wow, they didn't get Judy Hopps' ear length correct.
No, but
why has her butt gotten smaller?
No, but the 30-year thing is a really
that would be a
big
serious
thing.
issue.
It does.
Yeah.
It does seem like it would be
glaring.
obvious. Like that's just a number that they'd have to be like, oh yeah, we're on this year.
Also, I feel like in the first movie they kind of hammered in that jumping into another game.
Oh yeah.
Like abandoning your own game and going into another one is like the absolute worst thing you can do. And so first off, at the beginning of the workday, Ralph's hanging out in Sugar Rush. He made a new track or whatever, and he's not in his game. And then in the bar scene with him and Felix is just like, oh, I'll cover you for you, buddy. Let's just go to the internet. We'll be fine.
Yeah, there were some parts where it's like,
It's okay.
where they're like I had two examples. Okay, you ever in Wreck-It Ralph, you die in your game, you don't
die in real life.
you die in real life, you don't come back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that sucks. I would hate if that was the case.
Yeah.
Oh.
Real life.
Yeah.
Or there's or I was watching that Noah's Ark movie, and there's a scene where all the predators are like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the prey, we're gonna fatten them up, and then we're gonna eat them. And I'm like, wow, that sounds really. Wait a second, that's a farm. Oh shit! We do that.
And then that kind of goes into Vanellope leaving Sugar Rush. Like at the point where she really wants to stay in Slaughter Race is also the moment where she realizes, oh, my game's fine, we can go back home and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, it was only brought up for a split second, and then it was just shot out like, oh, like that's just the resolution that the writers wanted. Is that Vanellope's reasoning for like leaving Sugar Rush is to be like, I'm one of like 16 racers, and I'm like, bitch, you're like the main character, and also people pick you all the time.
Where she's like, oh, I'll be programmed into the game. Like some developers are like, what the fuck is this character?
Yeah, I know. It's just like, oh, Shank just added my code into the game. Like, no,
No, she did not.
That's not how
Dude,
it
that'd be
works.
so sick if Duck Hunt just added like freaking just add Dixie into the game. I start out Smash one day, I'm like, sick, Dixie's, and how the hell did that happen?
Yeah. Guys, did you add this one character from a Tobekomi game that has like copyright stuff all over it?
Right? We're about to get sued for a lot of money.
Yeah. No, now that being said, wow, and if there's more things that wants to bring up, that's cool. I was just gonna say
a lot of things that don't make sense that kind of the writers, I guess, didn't want you to think about, or
remind me this with Vanellope
used as a reason to make the movie work how it did.
Because I haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph in a while.
Yeah.
So with Vanellope, by the end of the movie, they did resolve how she'd be able to get out of Sugar Rush, right?
Not necessarily. Well,
did they not
necessarily? They showed her outside of Sugar Rush, so it's just assumed that things went okay after the reboot of the video game. She wasn't. She was reconnected to the code, so it's not so much that she's a glitch.
Because I remember them saying like, "Oh, you're good now," but she's like, "Yeah, but I gotta keep this glitch." blah blah blah. Which is interesting because I thought like
Yeah.
I thought it was more of like something that's like, oh no, this is like a
It's-
good thing for you, but then she's
It's
still
cheating if you ask
glitching.
me.
It is cheating.
Because, like, well, she's got a power up out of the other 16 players. I'm
She's
like,
got the
well,
best power.
Yeah, it is cheating.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It
just
also brings that power up to other games. It's like, what?
Yeah.
So I think my biggest beef with Wreck-It Ralph is that I don't think this movie, like this happens.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic, Ralph. No, but I can't help but feel that this was Disney and it's probably its producers who are like, hey, so you know what would be really trendy right now? An internet movie, much better than that stony piece of shit emoji movie.
Well,
But like,
Well, this was
What,
in development
you
for
know,
way longer
yeah,
than that.
Rich Moore, ever since the first movie came out, he always said that he wanted it to be in the internet, the sequel.
Emoji Movie was
are you serious?
Yeah.
was a response to this movie.
Which, when I was thinking about
Probably.
it makes the most sense because, like, having the movie again in the arcade, you're limited to what's in that arcade.
You can get a new game.
So now that all the nerds are done discussing this, let me just say I really enjoyed the movie.
So did I.
I enjoyed the
I
movie
liked
for
it.
what it was, but like it's also not the sequel that I was hoping
Yeah, no,
for.
I hear you. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of laugh out loud moments with this movie. One of the scenes that I really got a kick out of was I forget what causes it, but something gets like thrown and it lands on one of like the internet people, like women walking around, and it
Ralph like throws a sign and it.
and I love it
And it
because
hits
everybody
an internet celebrity.
everybody in the in our crowd goes, someone just died. But it was I got a kick out of that. Also, when they were in I know Sarah got a big kick out of this too. When they were in the Grand Theft Auto Slaughter Race. The way that the characters were moving around.
Yes. Oh my god, the player
Oh, yeah,
characters,
the way
the way
they
they
moved
moved
it,
around
right.
was so fucking good.
How they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
It was just it was good. We
I
didn't.
was like, oh, y'all have played games before.
I really did think that we were going to end up with at least one very quiet reference to the naughty side of the internet, but I didn't. I don't think there was anything in there.
No.
They went
There's
to
a
the
lot
dark
of
web.
They went to the dark.
Dude, if it was
went
legit
to the
dark
dark
web, that
net.
movie would not have been in theaters.
Yeah, it wouldn't have.
Why?
Like you can hear like somebody mentioning like social security numbers in the dark web, and also like I love that the bottom of the internet and how like the top of the internet is like everything that's current,
Yeah.
and then at the bottom of the internet is like everything that is like dead. Like
Yeah.
GeoCities
Yeah.
and AOL,
That was cool.
public chat rooms.
Yeah.
I have a question
Yes.
for all of y'all. What was y'all's favorite new character introduced in this movie?
I love. Ooh, that voice crack. Yes, I love her. I love her a lot, actually. I don't know. I just really like that character.
Yeah.
Yes, with 3 S's for some reason.
I loved her. She was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna hate her. Like as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, jeez, this kind of character. But she was great.
Yeah, she's a good character.
You know, I'm gonna say a character that's not really a character, and if this is cheating, I'll choose another one. But the freaking blob Wreck-It Ralph thing at the end was very spaghetti-ish.
Oh,
don't
like
know what.
the clones, like all
the
together.
clones forming into
Oh, God, yeah.
giant Ralph.
Oh,
Also, I find it a little bit dumb that it's like, oh, your insecurities, your literal mental
Yeah,
insecurities.
Yeah, that-
And I'm like, that's
yeah,
a little dumb.
that's a stretch.
thought-
I agree.
But he was
Yeah.
100%.
Then that virus needs to go to fucking Facebook, and it'll be like,
Eh.
stop it.
They never
But the thing is,
stopped
like,
the virus.
Yeah.
the thing is, like, it's insecure. Is like, oh, well, yeah, Ralph and Vanellope are both programs, so
Mm-hmm.
I just like
program.
no, I actually that's one thing I really appreciated. Not to go away from your question, but I loved that. About 3/4 of the way through the movie, I'm like, is there not a villain in this movie? Which I was okay with.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that the
I want some candy. I'm King Candy. I'm the villain. I'm back. With me is Mayor Bellwether. What are some
No,
other
King
villains?
Candy is actually knows more because it's the same voice actor.
Oh!
Oh, they are both Alan Tudyk.
My favorite character in Wreck-It Ralph 2 is Judy Hopps, by the way.
Yeah.
Was she in it? I
Judy-
saw Nick. I didn't see
Judy
her.
Hopps is in the scene right before Nick shows up, and he has like a few seconds. Right before that, there's a crowd shot, and Judy Hopps is like helping direct somebody somewhere.
Oh, if we're saying characters that are already in other things, then Ariel
Wow,
for me.
no! Get out of here.
Friggin' Ariel looked great.
Yeah, Ariel looked.
All the princesses, super hot. Wow.
I think
Oh my
Spamley was my favorite of the new characters.
That's
His
the
family, yeah.
that's the dude with his
He's
truck.
great, yeah.
You want to get rich playing
Great
video
dude.
games?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed him. I liked his car that Ralph just
Yeah.
flies right through, and he's like, oh.
Like, I feel like of all the new characters, you would have thought that they would have done more with, like, Shank. But, like, I feel like Yes and Spamley had more screen time.
What was Family's friend's name?
Gord.
What the hell was it? I'll choose Gord. Gord was my favorite
Gord!
new character.
Gord was my favorite, I think, actually, just
It
because
was-
he, like...
Yeah, it was interesting watching Gord.
His
move.
arms
Like,
just...
it's so weird, but, like, I can't take my eyes off it.
Nightmares about Gord.
I made a joke to Paleo and Hero about how that scene where Ralph goes into the comment room and how someone needs to lay that over with 4chan comments where it's like
Yeah.
banned, very spiteful stuff, and it's like, oh, ouch.
Oh yeah, somebody mentioned in the chat the E-boy. My friend Kari, like that's her favorite character, just the E-boy.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ew, boy. E boy. E boy.
I-
E boy. E boy. eBay.
I tried to avoid as much of because the Disney princesses stuff was everywhere, so I just tried to avoid as much of it as possible.
Yeah.
And then when I finally got to see what they were wearing, I was like, oh, those are all really nice outfits. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Which time? When they were in their pajamas or when they were actually
Yeah,
dressed up?
when they're...
They weren't pajamas, they were casual wear, you cretin.
What was that? I love how Merida was impossible to understand. I thought that was a little hyperbolic, but I still loved it.
She's from the other studio, and then Woody's like, someone poisoned the water!
Woody comes in drunk.
Wow, you're making me do a fifth movie.
I just felt, I don't know, personally, I felt like there was a lot of time in this movie that didn't really help the actual, like, it didn't serve the overall narrative of the movie. Like, to me, Paleo and someone else had a different opinion, but when he went to the comments section and was reading the comments, I was like, why is this scene here?
Yeah. I think
I
they
don't-
were trying to kind of hammer
Right.
it in that, like, Ralph very much thinks that Vanellope is, like, the center of his world, and, like, as long as she's around, he knows that he has one friend.
I don't know, I guess I just didn't need that. Like, they had made it very clear.
Hirosashii, as a content creator, I gotta say.
You know, right before he went into the comments section, like you can see him like trying to get all the likes from people and like him like rubbing his hands together. I was like, is this going in a different direction? Whereas like Ralph is just gonna become this like freaking like narcissistic YouTuber or something.
I almost did a name drop and I was like, well.
I'm right here, bring it on.
No, it was, ultimately what it comes down to is I know a lot of people that knew this movie was coming out that had to do with the internet were already calling their shots with it, saying, oh, it's just going to be like the Emoji movie.
And people are still like even after they've seen it, it's like, oh yeah, it's just the Emoji movie. It's not.
Yeah.
No, and I see a lot of people that are like, yeah, but there's clearly a lot of product placement, but it's not like the kind of product placement where it's like, oh wow, they
the
this
only
in.
site that's like vital to the plot is eBay.
Yeah, like, to be fair, there was a lot of product placement in the first movie. Like, maybe not as much, but like the Nesquik sand, the Diet Cola Mountain.
You know what?
Like
you know what
was the
Oreos.
Who was the beautiful vampire girl that was hanging out in the audience when the Wi-Fi was plugged in? I was like,
she's from a game. She was at Badanon.
How many times have you seen this movie? I'm sorry, you know everything. How many times?
I've seen it a number of times, but I just have a better tendency of remembering.
Wait, are we talking about we're talking about the first movie?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
She's
the
also
second
like-
movie.
We're talking about the second movie, but she was also in the first movie. She's
Oh.
like, she's in the
okay,
Badanon
okay.
That's
scene.
why I was confused. I'm like, you've only seen this movie once.
The first time you see her is at the start of
Okay.
the first movie because she's
Gotcha.
sitting in the meeting with Ralph being like, must be good being a good guy.
Yeah, yeah. But
Even
yes.
the second movie, you have more memory about it than I do. I'm like, who? What? When?
So as mentioned, with the scene that Judy Hopps shows up in, I knew Nick was in the movie. I was like, oh, please tell me Judy shows up. And so Sarah and I were sitting obviously together. She was to my right. That day, she got her flu shot in her left arm.
Yeah.
Which is the arm that was right next to me. And the moment that Judy showed up on screen,
He like literally started punching my
I'm
arm.
like, oh! Oh!
And they're just like, oh god.
And yeah.
Sarah was like, I'll get my chance again when Felix shows back up. And it never happened.
Wow.
No, it was I had fun with it. I was happy with the final product. Although I will say it's kind of like I have very mixed like feelings on the end. Like I'm like, wow, she just totally just left Ralph.
Yeah, I think it's part of the lesson though, because
Yeah.
like there's friends that are just gonna go away in your life,
Right.
like,
I
like
think
or move away. That's like that are close to you.
I think they handled the last scene really good though, because I found it very sweet that they were like kind of like chatting or like video chatting, and Ralph's just like, oh yeah, next time I visit, do you want me to bring anything? And she's like, oh yeah, burger from Burger Time. I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, but
No,
then he
it
hung
was
up and he
Ralph
was
who
sad.
replaced Penelope with
He
Sonic
wasn't
the
sad.
Hedgehog.
He was he was a little bit sad, but like mostly he's just like, okay, this is just how things are, but I'm gonna be okay.
He's
And then
repressing.
Felix comes in, he's like, you okay, Ralph? And I'm like, thank you, Felix, for fucking checking in. At least the writers somewhat
Hi there,
thought
Ralph.
that
It's
they
me,
would be
Dixon
friends.
Felix Jr.
What happened to Fix It Felix
Fix
Sr.?
this movie.
Fix It Felix Sr. was, I don't know, he was in the previous game.
He was that Mexican guy.
So one thing this movie, whenever I watch like Disney or Pixar movies, I'm like, okay, they're gonna do the one line. The Disney movies, they always have the one line that like just like destroys your heart. It's like they plan on it.
Yeah.
But like freaking Lion King 2 is like, you will never be Mufasa. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, so in this one it was a little more simple, but I was like, I'm doing all right. I'm not tearing up. There were some sad moments, and then when Penelope was leaving, she was like, I love you so much. I was like, it got me. It really got me.
Yeah. That was
Yeah. Speaking of the Lion King.
Let's not.
Alright, well, should we move from Ralph Breaks
Yeah.
the Internet?
Does anyone else want to say anything about Ralph or his movie? Okay.
What's what now?
Nope. Okay.
So we're going away from the spoiler screen. We will not be discussing it. Lion King teaser trailer.
Never heard of it.
I'm gonna just dip out.
No,
Okay.
this is for you, Hero. God dang it, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, I heard it like go quiet. Oh, I just assumed you had left. You could have gone away.
I really could have, and I really should have.
Are you not? I mean, really, I'm only interested in your opinion here because you are like the resident Lion King junkie. So what are your thoughts from what you saw?
The
I haven't
President
even-
Pokemon.
I haven't even collected them. I am going to first give this credit where I think credit is due. Some people disagree, and that's fine.
Mhm.
I think the CG looks incredibly good. I think the models they have look ridiculously nice.
Yeah.
That being said, at the end of the trailer, when Simba shows up in his all grown-up Simba-y self, I was like, damn, that sure does look good, but he is just a lion.
Yeah.
It's just a lion. How do you know who's who?
Yeah.
I can't tell. There's no, like... Obviously, there's no cartooniness because it's not a cartoon, but, like, there's no... How are they going to show, like, the cartoonish emotions that are, like, key to the freaking movie?
Right. Yeah, like
With these just homogenized animals.
pretty much every
It's
shot
ridiculous.
in the trailer all of the animals are pretty expressionless, which is a
Right.
concern.
Well, did you all see the So I saw a trailer for Mowgli on Netflix
Mhm.
because that came out today.
Yeah. I hate the way
It
the
looks-
animals look in that.
Well, here's the thing that you run into: animals don't fucking talk. So no matter what, you can make them look as real as anything. They're still gonna look weird because guess what? They don't talk. So that's why it always looks better in animation because that's stylized. It looks better.
Oh my gosh.
So having like somebody actually told me on on Twitter today where they're like, "Well, I like the Emma Watson performance in Beauty and the Beast because her face shows more expressions." I'm like, you fucking
No, it doesn't.
stupid? Not really.
Saber,
she
you
has
have
a pretty
been
blank expression throughout the entire movie.
Saber's been really loving on the live action Beauty and the Beast. With
Yeah,
those
right.
movies.
See,
Emma Watson, Hermione Granger.
can I say
I'm a wizard.
one more thing about the Lion King trailer? Not one more. There's much more. Another thing about the Lion King trailer. Without sounding like going on a rant or anything, obviously Lion King is my favorite movie by far and away, and it's so sad to me that like these Disney live action quote unquote remakes. I feel like it's right here where we're seeing just like it feels like such a disrespect of like animation at this point.
Yeah,
Disrespect.
especially when
it's
they're
really-
trying to package it as live action, when it is
Right, yeah.
animation.
And what's so upsetting is it's like people don't care.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that I didn't expect that, but it's sort of like hammering in the idea that animation is only for children and that this is the grown-up Lion King. It needed to be remade for the grown-ups. And I see comments that are like, "Oh boy, I can't wait to watch The Lion King again." I'm like, you could do it right now. Just pop that shit into your VCR, boy. It's not even hard. It's a great-ass movie.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it like that way, but yeah.
Right. But,
I love this scene
like,
with Simba and Nala.
like oh dear.
Oh my god.
But it's like it's going to be enough of the same story. You can experience it right now. You won't because it's a cartoon, and that idea is like solidifying with these live action remakes, and it's driving me crazy. And the fact that it's becoming such a big issue right now with the Lion King hurts me so
Well,
much.
here's something that's happening is a lot of these movies coming out now for Disney are going to be their big like hitter films, and like they were able to get kind of creative with Maleficent and everything, and they're gonna look like Dumbo won't be the exact same, but like Beauty and the Beast was basically the same. Lion King, I suspect, will be mostly the same.
Cinderella.
So
Well, they had a little
that
bit
was
more,
different.
but,
That was
yeah.
different. But I think these next big ones like Aladdin, Mulan, they'll be mostly at the core of the same thing, if not
No,
worse.
Well, from what I've been hearing about Mulan, it's not going to be at all the same.
Yeah, didn't they say
Here's
they're,
the thing.
not doing songs?
Yeah.
We're not asking the right question though.
No Ling Shang.
There's a trend happening right now when they like to make these live action movies. They like to spice it up a little bit. So my question is, who's gonna be
the wrong kind of spice.
Nope. Who's gonna be the character that they're gonna make gay in this one? I'm guessing.
Are they actually going to make Timon and Pumbaa gay?
Nathan Lane
If
joked
they
about
do it,
that.
Did he?
Nathan Lane
I
joked
will
about it
lick
because
you.
apparently, like the guy who's voicing Timon in the CGI remake messaged Nathan Lane and was just kind of like, "Oh, I just wanted to let you know that I'm voicing Timon in this remake, and I'd inspired by you and all that stuff." And like Nathan Lane had this whole like he wrote back an email, but he did make a joke about how with society as it is right now, that finally Timon and Pumbaa can live openly gay in the Serengeti.
I can see what's happening.
Ugh.
That's what they're. Oh my god! What if they did that?
I don't know.
Simba's the one
Just
singing
know
it.
that. Just know that if you watch the Lion King live action remake and before we talk and they are gay, just know that the next time you see or hear from me, oh baby, you're gonna get some sass.
I mean, we did call the Wreck-It Ralph thing, or maybe we jinxed it.
I don't think
So
See, the thing is, like Saber said, these Disney live action remakes, they like to stay pretty true to the originals, but they like to add back some of the scenes that were like taken out, which is weird. I don't agree with it. But I will.
And they try
be
to like
so
explain things that didn't really need explaining.
Right.
I
I'll be so
guarantee
upset
you-
if they add back the Scar and Nala scene. They're like, Nala.
Oh,
She's got those assets from a nine. If they add that back, I will be
Those
so
gotta be
upset. Don't
probably-
make Scar rapey, please don't.
Yeah, well, I guarantee there's gonna be a lot more background shit on like Mufasa and Scar being brothers, how they kind of like had a divide. Because if they bring in the Lion Guard like lore into this movie, I'm gonna like scream in the theater.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
There's so
Kion!
many things they can do that'll make me just die.
Kion!
Ion.
Oh my god! Oh, like, if they give if they raised a child at the end of the movie and it's Kion and not Kiara, I'm going to throw my phone at the theater screen.
I think I'm gonna get a little weirded out by the fact that James Earl Jones is still Mufasa, but no one else is the same.
No one else is back.
Because James Earl Jones as Mufasa is iconic. That's why.
Yeah, but
Everybody else is replaceable.
Matthew Broderick's like, I could use the work.
Oh, poor Matthew.
All right.
I'm just
Well,
gonna hate this. I know I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah.
And honestly, the one thing that, and I probably said it before, it's just I don't dislike Beyonce. Her songs are catchy, whatever. She's cool. Her as Nala, I hate that casting so much. It just feels so.
That's
Hey,
just
it's cool. You put her in the
marketing.
movie, so you go come watch it. Yeah, I hate it. If she sings some Beyonce ass song in The Lion King,
Ooh.
oh boy. Well, we'll see what's to come. So last topic we have here for the night before we do jump into Q&A was something happened. We mentioned it at the beginning of this podcast. Sarah and I got married 2 weeks ago. Almost did last week. And yeah, we Saber and Laura were there. I invited everybody in this podcast, and Paleo and Hero didn't even respond.
wait, I need to know that that's a joke.
It's a joke.
I need to.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we
I was like, holy shit, I'm so sorry.
no, we were on
I mean, kind of anyway because I can't afford it.
well, wow. No, Sarah and I actually got married on a boat in Newport Beach, and because of the location that we were on, it was also means to have
We had a limited.
we had a very limited
a limited amount of guests that we could invite.
limited. So yeah,
Oh.
but no. So we had a tight, intimate group with I don't know why I said tight, but we did. And yeah, it was fun. I did vlog a bit of it, not the wedding itself, because thank God for videographers who actually happened to be my little sister was a videographer for my wedding, our wedding. But it was mostly for me. Everyone knows that the groom is why we have the weddings. But yeah, no. So it was really cool to not only have everybody together, and we did some Disneyland for the bachelor party. We did some traffic for the rehearsal dinner. But yeah, like I said, I actually filmed a lot for the bachelor party and the following day, because the following day a small group of us went to Disneyland to go to Club 33. So that was
We're so rich like everybody else that has a membership.
And a big thanks goes to Gabe, actually, because he had a fine gentleman by the name of Ethan who kind of took us around.
Yeah.
And it did some really nice things for us and got us into Club 33.
Yep.
And essentially put down this offer for Gabe, and Gabe decided, hey, let's do it during the wedding time. So that was cool of Gabe and Ethan, and very very fun time just the whole week, and was just awesome. I thought I wasn't gonna cry, and I totally didn't at all. Did I cry? Sarah?
Yeah.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
When did I cry?
When I was walking down the aisle, you dingus.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like, I'll keep it together, and then the music changed, and Sarah comes around the corner, and I was just like, oh no, and we'll probably get into this conversation again about the wedding, in the future once, because I'm gonna be acquiring all of the raw footage from the wedding itself, and during the and I'm gonna just put a whole video together for the YouTube channel, and then maybe talk about some specifics. But yeah, no, it was real nice. Big thanks to everybody for their thoughts and congratulations, and we got some really neat things from people, and yeah, it was a magical weekend. It went
very fast.
It went so fast.
Especially the wedding. It was just like, okay, we gotta do this, and then we gotta do this, and then we gotta do this.
It was ridiculous. Like, I basically remember, like, getting ready to walk in front of everybody.
That's why photographers and videographers are so important, because you're gonna forget all the shit that you do at your wedding.
It was nuts. I couldn't believe how fast it went.
Yeah.
But I also was like, I'm just gonna live in the moment.
Yeah.
And did. And then Sarah and I rode off on horseback, Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And then we, like I said, met up with everybody and had some more fun. And a lot of that, the Club 33 stuff won't be vlogged, but we'll have pictures included from that. And just can't wait to kind of share that special weekend with everybody else once. Again, I don't have the footage yet and got stuff to do, but we were very
Shall I get into Q&A?
Poor people below me to stay away.
Saber, did you cry at my wedding?
Twice.
Yeah?
Yeah. When we ran out of prime rib.
Yeah, that got me
And
too.
when we ran out of toilet paper. Help!
Sorry about the second one.
Why you said hey,
Toilet paper, help! When you and Sarah were holding hands, and then Sarah, your dance with your mother and your sister got me.
That one got me too.
Yeah.
I was like, so beautiful.
It was very special. Apparently, the mother-son dance didn't make anyone cry except my mom. And she's just crying because she's like, why'd I ever agree to this?
When you walked up on stage, I was like, oh god, this fool.
Yeah, that's what my mom said too. So yeah, no, it was cool. So thank you guys for being part of it. It was a good time.
Yep.
Good time. And we've been married. We are now 2 weeks into our relationship because I didn't know her before we started. No, like I said, I'll be happy because whenever anyone asks, like, oh, how long have you been together, we'll be able to say, we've been married for 2 years, but we've been together for 12. We've been married for 44 years, but we've been together for 54 years. You just have to add 10.
What?
And then you gotta get toothless to marry.
Okay, bud.
Okay, bud. All right, Q&A. So, Sarah, we had a question that was submitted earlier.
Yes, it was.
By C Moose. Thank you so much, C Moose.
With episode 200 of MLP coming up for season 9, what would you guys want to see for the big 200? Congrats to the happy couple.
Thank you. Thank you again. Big thank you to you. Yeah.
I want 20 minutes of M.A. Larson drinking a glass of scotch, smoking a cigar, and reading aloud from Pennyroyal Academy.
Wait, but you got that already in the Bronies React to like season 5.
That's true, you're right.
Basically all he does.
She wants an extended version.
Oh. M.A. Larson, never mind. Oh, okay. All right, that'd be good. What do you want to see, Sarah? Episode 200.
Oh, no.
I want Rainbow Dash and Applejack to kiss.
Sure. I'll put that
like
as my wish.
hardcore makeout. And then Rainbow Dash wakes up and she's like,
in the barn.
Yeah. That's
Sunset finally gets on the show.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah.
who?
Sunset Shimmer.
Never heard
Sunset
of her.
Shimmer.
From Equestria
I
Girls.
only believe in Pony Cannon, and she doesn't sound like anything that I've heard of.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Anybody else have a wish for the 200th?
Can we get some? Can I get some background on Luna and Celestia? Like,
Right?
no more joking. Like, really, why has this not happened yet?
I just want Emma Larson to write it. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
With Gian Barrow.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, it was Jillian's birthday like the other day.
Oh, happy birthday.
Guess where she went for her birthday for her 33rd birthday?
Fucking cheese.
Disneyland?
Club 33.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, we broke it in for her.
Oh, for her 33rd birthday?
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's fun. But yeah. So again, thank you, Sea Moose. Nora Mermaid also sent us a super chat. Thank you, Nora. And again, for anybody that wants to have their question prioritized, this is the best way to do it, is through super chats. We'll try to get through as many of the other ones submitted on Twitter, but super chat, it's a guarantee. Nora says, "Hey guys, since my 25th birthday is coming up in 3 days, I want to know what was the best thing that happened to you at age 25?"
That is really specific. And
Oh, I
what
am
happened.
25. What's the best thing that's happened to me in this past year?
You got your diamond badge for BronyCon?
I
Was
did
I
get a
taking-
diamond badge for BronyCon. What's that?
Nice.
That's the best. Yeah, that's you got a diamond badge. Wait, for this coming BronyCon?
Yeah, so for 2019, I'm a diamond sponsor.
That's cool. I'm gonna do that for 2020's BronyCon.
That's a good idea. You'll be the first one in line.
I'll probably be the only one in line.
Was I 25 when we got engaged?
What?
Was I 25 when we got engaged?
We got engaged last year.
Okay, but it was like right before November.
It was in October. Yeah.
Huh.
So it technically was when you were 25.
Yeah. So there we go.
So what is it?
We got engaged.
That's the best thing that happened to you at 25?
Yeah.
Must have been a slow year. Ha ha.
I went to Club 33 when I was 25.
Yeah, but you have a diamond badge for BronyCon.
But that's who.
Oh. I'm still trying to remember what the hell happened.
What the heck happened in 2014? I'm trying to remember.
Let's see, it's 2016 for me.
I went to
October.
a convention with you guys, and I'm sure that was the best thing that happened. To me.
No,
Yes, it's so
2016. 2016 after October 7th. Okay.
Oh wait, I just realized I applied Paleo's 25 to mine,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, 2014. Paleo, how old are you?
Hmm?
How old are you?
I'm 29 and I'm about to turn 30
Okay, cool. So yeah,
in like a
2014.
couple weeks.
Let's see here.
No, but yeah, because I said 2014 because like I was 25 for most of 2014.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because my birthday is on December 15th. So I turned 25 December 2013.
Yeah, I enjoyed BronyCon's Who's Line that year. It was a lot of fun.
Holy shit, the Peanuts movie came out in 2015. Oh!
I
Yeah.
also enjoyed the MLP MSP. And what's funny is I'm just like
Oh, friggin' the Lego movie came out when I was 25. Fucking love that movie. It's my favorite movie of all time.
Nice.
No, Jurassic Park is. It's my favorite animated movie of all time.
I'm animated.
Animated.
I still love the fact
I remember
that
27. Decide?
25. I was able
2017
I was
a
able
slow
to rent a
movie
ar at 25. That
I
was
did do
cool.
at 25.
Yeah.
I really think I just existed.
That's 5 years ago. For me.
Loving Vincent was cool. I'm not gonna say that was a highlight of my 25-year-old life.
Yeah.
I have no idea. 25 was really slow for movies, so it definitely wasn't a movie. I was just working. Yeah, nothing. 25 is such a boring year. You let yours be 75 times better than mine.
Wait, hold on. What year was 25 for racing Paleo?
2014. I cheated too. I was like, Paleo, when was it for you? So 2014.
I was working at Rico and then I quit.
Nice.
Then
That was the sales job?
That was the best thing that happened to you at age 25?
Dude, 25. Dude, 20. Besides like doing the pony stuff in the background, going to conventions, there was like nothing enjoyable about my life. Enjoyable. 2014 was boring.
Yeah.
Got Lammy.
We did the Virginia. Lammy's great. We did the Virginia Creeper Christmas Lollapalooza shit.
Was that?
Did you say Creeper because this man came in?
No, it was. Just
Oh,
speaking of the
Gabe
devil.
Wait, what came in?
Gabe?
My
Oh.
Gabe came in.
Gabe!
Thanks, Amazon.
Is this here? Gabe, go.
Gabe! Like
Ah!
Hi!
Hi.
Hello.
Am I too late?
No.
Gabe, quick, say something good that happened to you when you were 25 years old.
When I was 25, I was out of the Navy. I was working in Canada, so nothing good happened.
Wow. Wow.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, we are just dropping our filters tonight. I love it.
It was just so honest. I love it so much.
Damn, guys.
Well.
All right, well, what's the next question?
All right, next question is another super chat from Quiet Storm. One question. I'm guessing not, but did Gabe sing? And I'm pretty sure he's referring
at the
to
wedding?
at the wedding.
So, funny enough, Gabe did sing. Gabe, I heard you. Were you singing a lot during the wedding? Because I heard that you did.
Oh, I sang not into a mic, but I am kind of always singing, so I'm
Yeah.
definitely sang. I sang along to Bohemian Rhapsody and to Carry On My Wayward Son and all the classics that were played.
Yep. Did you sing when I was dancing with my mom?
I did. I sang all the time.
Yeah. So yes, Gabe did sing. Funny enough, it was later.
When I were sitting at his table, we heard him sing all the time. Like, it's great because like I think there are other tables that could hear Gabe singing, and they're like, "Whoa, like who's that guy?"
Yeah.
We're like, we'll stick to the recorded version of this song. Like when "Beep Beep I'm a Sheep" came on at our wedding.
Yeah.
Classic wedding song.
Oh, definitely. Very romantic.
A lot of
Especially the
people.
other version.
This might crack some people up, but I only just recently found out that Gabe had anything to do with the meme going around of people say, "Maybe I'll be Tracer."
Maybe I'll be. Yeah.
I had no idea, and I was like, Gabe, why is there? Oh, this is the exact same thing that happened when everyone's like at a convention. And people are like, "Gabe, sing the sheep song," and I'm like, "Oh, because it's like an internet thing that's going around right now, I guess."
Yeah.
Not realizing that, oh, he actually sang it. Take it away, Gabe.
What's going to be the next internet meme he's going to be a part of?
I don't know, but I'm working on it.
By the way, Gabe, Saber did mention that you had a moment at the wedding.
A moment?
Yeah. I threw something.
Wait a minute. You threw something?
I did.
And you caught it?
You threw... I thought Sarah threw something.
No, that was a different something.
Have you been to a lot of weddings, Gabe?
Only 4 this week. No, wait a minute. No. Remind me because I'm totally blanking.
I took a thing called a garter off of Sarah's leg.
Yeah.
And then
I thought she threw it.
No, that was...
No, it was you. It was you. I remember now.
Is what supports her underwear.
Is that what you think of?
Yes. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
It's
no,
like
that was you.
underalls for
She
your
threw-
underwear.
She threw the bouquet and it almost hit the chandelier, and then Tommy's fiance almost caught it, but then dropped it, then picked it up, and so it still counts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
10-second rule.
you slingshot the garter, and Tommy jumped in front of me, but you had a false start.
I did.
So then he was off his game, and the second time around, I was ready for it.
Yeah. They tell you to pretend to throw it on the first
Well, he
time around.
totally got Tommy.
He needs that garter, man. He's engaged.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, I gave it back to Sarah.
you did, but
Yeah.
but the effects of that garter will always be with you.
They say that the next woman
who tweets at you will probably end up marrying.
Stop.
no.
Okay.
Oh no. No.
Tradition.
I'm deleting my Twitter right now.
Wait, move. I'm tweeting him.
You're not
Are
a
you gonna
woman.
love me?
I'll find a way.
I'll find life. Finds a way.
Let's get to the
Anything's
next
possible
question.
these days.
Well, anyways, congratulations on catching the garter, Gabe.
Thank you. It was a big moment for me on a big day. That was a big moment.
And you broke 1 million subscribers. Congrats
Oh, right,
again.
That's right. Oh, dude, actually, did you see my video, the 1 million subscriber video?
Yes.
I've been waiting to watch it because you and I were gonna watch it together and we never did.
Right, because you came in the race and the flag and all that stuff. But I'll tell you that I mentioned immediately that it was at your wedding, and then I left the clip in where you say that's the best thing that's gonna happen all day.
That's great. By the way, you mentioned it. I also hung out with Gabe last weekend. His family's very nice. They helped us. They helped host us as Saber and I were filming at the races. I mean Tommy, but yeah.
That was crazy. Super impromptu flag flight, and they almost shot me out of the sky with a fire.
So I wasn't gonna bring this up without you, but so at the last second at this racetrack, we mentioned it like Friday night. Gabe goes, "Hey, do you think they'd want me to do like a fly-in with the flag during the national anthem?" And we're like, "That'd be cool. We might as well ask." But I knew they wouldn't say yes. I'm like, these racetracks, they're gonna be like, "No, we have insurance that we have to take care of." And so we asked them that morning, and the guys were like, "Oh yeah, we'll do that." Oh, okay. And so because it came together so last minute, some people weren't on the same page as others. And as Gabe is flying into the racetrack, and he's like basically over the first portion of the grandstands at this point, with a big old American flag and not a lot of control and dealing with wind, they start launching fireworks at Gabe.
Yeah.
And the best part was Gabe's reaction to it, is that he just starts laughing hysterically as he quickly jets away. There's an official that was like kind of running everything standing next to me, and I was on the phone with Gabe giving him communications, and this guy goes, "Oh, I guess we're just going to blow the guy out of the sky? All right. Cool, guys. Good work." So yeah, we almost, yeah, I mean, it's probably no more dangerous than what Gabe does on a normal basis, but you did say that the firework came very close to you.
It did. I think I was in the midst of it. I think the Flaming Balls should be a great name for a rock band. I think they missed me. But they went on either side, so I went right between the Flaming Balls.
Well, congratulations on avoiding the Flaming Balls. We know you probably won't be able to avoid them forever, but
yeah, it's been going around.
But no, that was a lot of fun. It was great hanging with your family.
It was awesome. I hope you can do it again in January.
I do too. So we just got. Was there one before this?
This is the one before.
Okay. So we just got another super chat.
From Exio Dying. Saying, "Hey guys,
that's
Christian."
He's a good guy. I love him.
Oh, Christian's awesome.
Yeah. Hey guys, Christian here. First off, congrats to Sarah and Race for finally tying the knot.
Thank
Wanted
you.
to ask you all, what's your favorite Vine that you have created /seen?
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for being awesome.
All right, so favorite Vine you have created or seen?
Yeah.
Oh man, favorite.
So many good ones.
The favorite one I've ever been a
Throw
part
me
of.
the keys.
What?
I thought you said printer.
We made one at MLP MSP one year where we were like, "Oh, there's a door that's locked," and Gabe goes, "Leave it to me," and all of a sudden we're all running with Gabe to use his head to break through the door.
Yeah.
I loved that one.
Oh, I remember that was a great one. Oh my gosh, Vine was a blast. It ended way too soon.
Yeah. There was another one.
Back is TikTok.
There was
maybe I'll be Tracer.
TikTok really creeps me out because I've been seeing a lot of ads on it on Tumblr,
last week I've seen are all of like young teenage girls.
Ew.
And I'm not shitting you. It's really creepy. Like they all look like they're like in the ballpark of like 14 or 15, and they're like making kissy faces at the picture, and I'm like, what the fuck are you all doing? Like, this is creepy. And the thing is, the last website that did that, like Musically, which this is like the like love child of Vine and Musically is TikTok, got shut down for CP. So yeah, this is just, it's gonna happen again, man. TikTok and apparently the website's like fucking popular though. So
it's crazy, but they're constantly advertising it. Like, honestly, the way I found out that No Mercy had become a meme, and it's been out for like 2 years, is that like every third comment on every video of mine was maybe I'll be Tracer, and I'm like, what the heck is? And then PewDiePie did a video on it, and I was like, oh, and then PewDiePie's done 4 videos on that song. It's crazy.
Well, I remember going through that You Laugh You Lose thread on 4chan, and I saw like the cringe TikToks, and it had like really bad mashups of maybe I'll be Winston, I'm already Winston, and I'm like, that's Gabe.
I saw that one too.
I remember being like, I'm like, why am I friends to the song for this? And I listened to it for a few seconds. And I'm like, oh, that's right, it's Gabe. Oh my god, Gabe's a meme.
I can't escape the cringe. No matter what I do.
Well, you know what they say.
I do.
I don't know what they say.
Golly, that's a delicious.
When you are cringy.
Whoa, you said ham as well,
dude. Did you say ham?
Yes.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, I guess that is what they say.
Fireballs.
Fireballs.
There was another Vine actually the same weekend that we made where there was a store called Rainbow, and Saber turns to me and says, "Do you want to come inside Rainbow with me?" And I say, "Sure." And we go running to it. I think didn't Final Draft help us film that? We made him run.
That was Jay Holler.
Wait, I couldn't have been Final Draft.
It was Jay Holler.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
Draft
right.
Can't run.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Ow.
You okay?
That's draft running.
Oh.
Next video.
Quiet Storm has a question. Again, thank you for the super chats, guys. Quiet Storm submitting a super chat question asking, is there any chance of a demolition griffin?
I want that to happen. Every time it's been like a possibility, because the problem is I live in Tucson, but I'm about to live in LA, so hopefully there's a good chance of that.
I will do what I can to make that a possibility. I might not be on track with poor man, but we're gonna try and make that a thing, make that a reality on the low budgets. I think that would be fun.
It'd be fun.
Yes.
But yeah,
give me a 5-speed so I can really control what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you can ask Saber for advice. He's done demolition derbies.
Oh right. I heard him.
You did?
Don't crash into you, but you have to crash into them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like if I drove backwards most of the time, there'd be less of a chance of my engine getting jarred. Is that accurate or no?
No, you want to get out of the car and punch the other cars.
Oh, okay.
That's smart,
that was going to be my last resort.
Because then they'll go after you and not your car, and your car will still be okay.
And you'll win.
Yeah, and then I'll win, even though I lost most of my limbs.
You don't need them though.
You're right, not to win.
Yeah. Object, just stay focused. You'll be good. Just pretend that they're launching fireworks at you the whole time.
Oh yeah, that'll be par for the course.
Fritz Roll also
wait, really quickly before
Yes?
you go on to the next question. I had to go back and find my favorite line, and I remember it now. It's that is not correct. Because in the encyclopedia.
Wait. We got to make this a thing. I need.
Gabe and Race were talking about this. Me, like the Vine, and I'm just like, I still just don't. I don't understand the appeal.
Okay, I need all of us together to just do the and go.
Oh.
That.
Well, that sounds like an orgy.
So that's what they sound like.
You know what they say?
Shut up.
I say when life gives you lemons.
Okay, I like the one. Have you seen this one where the guy's like, "It's summer. I got my hat on backwards, and it's time to effing party."
Yeah, it spreads it to the wall.
It was
I
just
love
beautiful, like because it was such condensed humor.
Mhm.
You know, you had what 7 seconds was it? To
7 seconds. Yeah.
6
It
or
was
7?
seven.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah.
that was fun.
I like the one where it's like this guy on a tractor and he's like drawing a giant penis in the field, and he like at the end of he's like, hey, I drew a giant penis.
There's so we have a question from Fritz Roll 732, and again, thank you Fritz Roll for super chat. It says, congrats, Race and Sarah. Great news, everyone. I got accepted to High Point University. Woo!
Yeah.
And my question for Gabe is, what would be good subjects to major in college that would be good for voice actors?
That's an interesting. So, I guess really any performing arts, theater is actually very helpful with voice acting, because even though theater is a different style of acting than like screen acting, it's very similar in voiceover because you need to be larger than life to be a cartoon. That's generally what's expected. So I guess any kind of theater class, but truthfully, you can. I don't know. I feel like college isn't 100% necessary to become a voice actor, but what might be good is if you take some classes but then major in something else that you know will work, because voice acting as an industry can be a bit fickle. So for me, it's my secondary job, you know, and so it's always good to have a backup, I think.
That's smart, because then you're kind of setting yourself up for a backup plan.
Yeah, but just practice and go to voices123.com. You can get open call auditions there and book stuff and make money.
Nice.
Nice.
Ozzy with the super chat coming in. And we're gonna do Q&A for 5 more minutes. So Ozzy getting his in, and again, if you want to guarantee that your question gets answered tonight, super chat it. Ozzy asks, thoughts on the animation trailers from
best to worst, including Secret Life of Pets 2.
Just all of them in history?
Ever? Well,
I think he means that are currently out for upcoming movies.
Yeah.
Grinch.
Well, Secret Life of Pets 2 is on the bottom of the rung.
It was nice to see Secret Life of Pets 2 probably do the same thing that they did with the first movie, and just be like, here's the first.
I haven't really seen a lot of animated trailers lately.
5 minutes.
Lego Movie 2 is the best.
Yeah.
What's that one that
Spider-Man.
you saw?
Oh yeah, Spider-Man. That's coming out soon.
Spider-Man looks like it's gonna be
It's tippity top.
crazy.
What about that Pokemon one? Oh, that's not a cartoon.
It's not.
I don't get how Lion King is considered a live-action movie.
It's not. It's just kind of lumped into it.
It's more of a
Hyper realistic.
yeah, just an adaptation, a remake, whatever.
Yeah, same
Wait,
as.
what was the question that was asked?
The question is basically thoughts on the animation trailers from best to worst, including Secret Life of Pets 2. That's so we started
I'm
with
not so fond of the Grinch trailers. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of done with Illumination. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I love the Grinch. I feel like the Grinch is too talkative. I don't know. It's weird. But it's not awful. But I'm also not super keen on it. So I'd put that around the middle.
Max. I'm trying to think of. Did you say that you saw a trailer for it? Because I saw a poster for a movie that made me raise my eyebrow and go, "What the hell?"
It's called like Spies in Disguise.
No.
Oh.
That's not the one that made me raise my eyebrow. I'm talking about the Leica.
Oh, yeah,
Small,
Missing Link.
no, that's not. I almost said Smallfoot. No, Missing Link.
Yeah, I just saw the.
I saw that.
I saw the poster for it, and I was like,
I saw the trailer, and I'm just like,
It's like it looks like James Bond meets Bigfoot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is even weirder than I figured it'd be.
Like an intellectual man. It's almost I don't know. Never mind.
It's weird.
I just don't really have interest in it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Leica do interesting stories anymore?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Coraline was so good.
I know.
So good.
Loved
Yeah.
Coraline and
They
Paranorman.
don't do
and
stuff
then,
like that. Like the Coraline and Paranorman are great.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then the box trolls happened, and it's like, eh. And then
And it started
Kubo
dying.
was really.
And then
Kubo looks
Trollland.
beautiful.
Kubo's
but-
gorgeous, but the
Yeah.
story is so.
I didn't see it.
It.
Go see it because it's beautiful.
The only problem
Not
I
because
had
the story's good.
with
Like
Kubo
Avatar.
was everybody that was like, "I'm gonna stand for Kubo against Zootopia," and I was like,
What the heck?
I said, "Sit down."
Why does it always have to be a
Oh, yeah.
competition? I can't stand that.
Yeah.
'Cause they're like, "This movie."
You missed it.
Disney
missed it.
deserves an Oscar
I got it.
because it's pretty.
You got it.
I got it. You missed it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't worry about it.
All right. So.
No, this is. I'm
Wait.
not gonna not worry about this.
Okay.
Wait, because you were talking about Kubo, and you were like, I forgot how you worded it, but you're like something about standing against Zootopia, and Gabe was like, "Why does it always have to be a competition? I can't stand that."
Oh,
Wow.
I was honestly trying to rack my brain. I'm like, this isn't a line
Yeah,
from
no, it wasn't that
Zootopia.
clever. It
Um,
wasn't that clever.
That reminds me of when I dropped Gabe off at the bus terminal to go to the airport, and I told him to let us know when he got home safely, and he turned around and he's like, "Yeah, I'll let it snow," and I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I have a dad pun issue.
So moving on to the Twitter questions. Jazz King has a question for Sarah, asking, "How did you fare with the wedding dress?"
Boy, oh boy,
I
my shoes kept getting caught on the bustle, and Jeffrey kept
I hate it when that happens.
stepping on the bustle.
Did you? Yeah. So I was gonna say, did you
I
notice?
had to stand on my tippy toes pretty much the entire time in order to not trip.
Raccoons were nesting in the bustle.
And it might have been that I might have accidentally told my sister the wrong way to bustle the dress, because I honestly couldn't remember the order in which things were supposed to go. But I survived.
It was funny walking behind her, and all of a sudden she'd stop, and I'm like, "Why are you stopping so suddenly?" And she would give me this look, and I'd be like, "I'm standing on your dress, aren't I?"
Yeah.
So, but it was a very pretty dress.
Yes.
So, it was cool too. Our wedding was 1920s themed.
Yeah. I was so worried that I wasn't gonna fit my dress, and I was like, I might end up being in the spaghetti factory dress that I wore at the rehearsal dinner.
It's funny when you describe it that way, and everyone here's like, "What's a spaghetti factory dress?"
It was a little white
It's
dress.
the really awkward dress that people wear at conventions.
Super
Wow.
awkward. Let's see. We're gonna get one more question in here. Oh, okay. So, PXY says, "So now that Saber is a furry confirmed, for real, without a doubt,
100%.
100%,
Absolutely.
It's true, guys.
Definitely.
who will be converted next?"
Dun, dun,
Me.
Well, everybody's basically free at this point.
You think you were the last one?
Yeah, I'm the last one, but I have a furry OC. So.
I want.
Really? Okay. Hirosashii?
Oh yeah, Hero. Yeah.
Wait, is Hero?
I thought Hero.
Is Hero saying he's not a furry?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Lion King boy.
Hey!
Lying.
Pauses during Simba tumbling in the
Oh my god.
All right.
and vagabonds.
Well, to finish off the question that we will end night. The question that will
He
end.
falls
In
and becomes a
love
furry
tonight.
tonight.
Last question. Here we go.
Sorry.
The question is from Nikki D asking, "Can I be Tracer?"
I love your cheeseburgers. Oh my gosh. Can I be cheeseburger?
Can I hash tracer?
Maybe I'll be cheeseburger. No.
already have cheeseburger.
I own the exclusive rights to being Tracer. because
You're already
I am already Tracer.
Tracer.
Well, screw you, Gabe.
You should have picked Mercy.
I always play Mercy.
Laura picks Mercy.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Is Mercy good right now? I thought isn't she like a really bad healer currently?
Yeah, they dumbed her down.
Who, Mercy?
Yeah.
Mercy is consistently the best healer in the entire game. That's her problem.
The fuck out of her.
Yeah, I haven't touched Overwatch in forever. I have no idea what's going on. Except there's a hamster and a cowgirl with a robot boyfriend. That's all I know.
Bob, do something.
And the people find the robot boyfriend more interesting of character than the.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
I like him. He's
I love
cute.
Bub.
Bub or Bob?
Bob.
Bub.
Bastion.
I want
B-A-U-B?
him to protect me.
You want Bob to protect you? What about me?
Bob's bacon.
I want Larry the Cucumber to protect me.
What's Larry's ultimate? Is he gets tuba out and he
No,
just
he
blows people
becomes
away?
the Super Larry.
Yeah, Larry boy.
And I'm Larry. Larry boy, yeah. And he uses
Aw.
his suction ears, plunger ears.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
What movie were we watching? I'm just completely throwing this out.
Whatever.
What movie were we watching where you're like, Gabe can do that voice perfectly? From the Aristocats, right? The drunk guy.
Oh,
Haven't got an extra foot, have you, Acre?
No,
The drunk goose.
Yeah, the drunk goose.
Parody.
Oh. Brian and Country. I can't remember. What stuff does he say?
I don't remember. One day you'll do it.
Agnes. Amelia.
Abigail! Amelia! Gooses.
There we go.
Yep.
Thank you.
He's
Beautiful. Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty.
Edgar is such a boring villain, though.
He's really boring.
I do not. Edgar is
He's
bottom
what would
of
happen
barrel
if the
villain.
BBC became a villain collectively.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's what would happen if the BBC became a villain.
I like that movie.
I searched for the cats that I stole. Ironically, because I know that they're not coming.
I'm so sorry, madam.
I'm so sorry, madam.
Well, everyone, that's a wrap. That's the end. Semi-Perfect Podcast. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for listening, whether you're live or on delay. Thank you to our
dead.
podcasters for joining in on the fun here tonight. Hirosashii, Paleo, Laura, Saber, Gabe, Black Griffin, Toodles,
Last second.
Sarah, me.
And thank you to our super chatters: Wildfire, Kyle Universe, Sea Moose, Nora Mermaid, Quiet Storm, Exio Dying, Quiet Storm, Fritz Roll, and Ozzy Aw. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. We will be back in 2 weeks. No,
No,
we won't be back in 2 weeks.
Gotta pull
We
up the-
actually are going to be off
yeah.
so we're actually going to miss next time.
Yeah.
So we'll be back the day after Christmas,
The day after Christmas.
26th.
For the holidays.
How's that sound for everyone?
Great.
Cool. So everyone will have to show us their Christmas loot.
Yep. So me and Race are going to be on our honeymoon, so we won't be able to do the podcast on the 12th, as would have been the next regular scheduling. But we will see you the day after Christmas. And we always do a special thing where we have you take pictures of your holiday hauls.
Yeah.
All
So
your gifts.
thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you not in 2 weeks, but in 4 weeks. We'll see you in 1 month back here, Semi-Perfect Podcast. Thank you again for all your support. We're out. Good night, everybody.
Them ponies. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Night, every pony.
Bye.
You say every pony?
He did.
Yeah.
He really
I
did.
did.